It's all about critical thinking, concentration. It can even boost confidence. But for too many kids, playing an instrument is inaccessible, especially piano. That's where our next guest comes in. He's part of a nonprofit that provides pianos and piano lessons to kiddos across St. Louis who might not otherwise be able to afford it. In total, they've helped more than 10,000 students, and that makes him a rad human. Director of Pianos for People, Andy. Welcome to the show, y'all. Meet Big Sean. Y'all been talking.
Let's go, Andy.
Yeah.
Let's go, my boy.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So wait, you say pianos are the gateway to all music, right?
Yeah, I think so many people get into music just by having access to a piano. I mean, I know for me, that was how I started.
That was my first thing.
Yeah, I had a piano at home. I would sit down and try and play things on it. And my mom eventually was like, why don't we get you lessons?
Yeah.
And from there, I went and studied music in
You
college.
Were that bad?
Let's Let me help you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But from there, it kind of took off for me. I went and studied music in college. I played professionally around the St. Louis area for years. And it's still just a huge part of my life, obviously, with that. So I know what it can do to change people's lives. And there are just a lot of people that don't have that kind of access, don't have the piano in their home, don't have the ability to take lessons.
Yeah,
so
it's an expensive instrument. I was one of those kids. I was able to, because of like a daycare situation, take lessons, but we couldn't afford one. You know, so I'm one of these people that would love to have a piano in the home and to be able to learn like that. But tell us how it got started.
So we were founded in 2012 by a couple named Tom and Jean Townsend. Jean is still on our board today. They had recently lost their son, Alex, who had studied piano as a kid. And in looking for ways to honor his memory, they came up with the idea of trying to give other kids access to the things that he had. So they started delivering pianos to people's homes back then. And then 2 years later, after demand from some of the people they'd been working with saying, like, we have a piano now, but we can't afford lessons. We started our first piano school in 2014. Just celebrated the 10-year anniversary last year. And it's really just kind of taken off from there.
Oh, it's just a beautiful thing. Do you feel like having access to music, like that was so pivotal for you, right? Just
Absolutely.
having access.
I mean, I grew up in like a Motown household, so we had like pianos and just like playing Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, Diana Ross, and just infatuated with music. And first of all, you're a Midwest kid like me, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of people, you know, it's really, people get really looked over in the Midwest a lot of times, especially with programs. Things get cut all the time in our schools. So what you're doing is incredible, man.
Thank you.
But yeah, it is a very important tool to free, especially kids' minds, is having a music outlet.
It's therapeutic.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, explain how the program works for everyone.
Yeah, so if people are looking to get rid of a piano, they need to move, they just don't use it anymore, they can contact us, fill out a form on our website. We'll come assess whether the piano is quality enough to...
That's heavy.
Yes. For us to take. And then we work with a local moving company. You saw them there. Well, if the piano's in great shape and we have somebody we can take it to, we'll move it right to their home. Otherwise, we may take it to our facilities, have our tech work on it, make sure it's in great shape, get it tuned up, and get it out to somebody.
Wait, so you got facilities?
We have it's really kind of a converted garage, but it's got a loading dock so we can bring in pianos there, and our in-house tech works on that.
All I heard was cool garage band. That's all I heard. I like that. And you offer piano lessons, right, to all ages? All ages.
We start age 5 and up. We have students in their 70s currently. And a really cool aspect of it is we get a lot of families that bring their kid to take lessons, and then the parent, grandparent, aunt, uncle, somebody also joins them and starts taking lessons as well.
Well, what's beautiful about that is that, like, not all of us, like I said, like, had access when we were kids. That's why I'm a vocalist. It was free. Like, you know, it's like, but we didn't have that. So I know later in life, they might be like, man, I'd have loved to do this as a kid. So it's kind of like that, you know, 10-year-old in them gets to, like, live out that dream that they had, too. They didn't have access to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Joining us now is Royce, who received a piano from the nonprofit back when he was a teenager. Today, he is a successful full-time musician. Welcome to the show. Meet Big Sean.
Nice to meet you.
Bro, the pleasure's all mine. Yo, did you meet John Legend back there?
I met him back there, yeah.
I know that had to be like...
Yeah, but this is surreal too. Like,
Yeah. He's like, no, let me, don't take this moment. I'm having this one, yeah.
Thank you, bro.
It's all happening so fast.
No, it's a fun, talented show. I will say that. So how did you get into piano? How did you find out that you wanted to do that?
I'm the youngest of 7, but my sister got this keyboard for Christmas, and she had it in her room. And when she wasn't playing it, or she wasn't playing it as much as she would have liked to, so I made up for that. I would go in her room every day, sometimes at night, and play this keyboard. And she got annoyed by that. And so at a certain
like, why
point,
are you here?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, I decided to take the keyboard into the family room. We didn't have a bench or a stand for it, so I would play it on my lap. And I would be like watching YouTube videos and trying to figure out what these players were playing online, including John Legend, who I just met backstage.
Yeah.
So like that's been...
Like
That's
All
what
of
I'm
Me
saying.
or something? Is that one of the songs? Yeah. I was like, that's a good song to start off on. So how did you go from that keyboard to getting a piano from Pianist for People? How did that transition happen?
So I had been playing for 2 years. In 2016, I was still playing on this keyboard, and then it broke, and I was super sad about that.
Yeah.
And I got online, and I looked up Piano Donation St. Louis, and I think the first thing that popped up was Pianist for People.
Yeah.
And I went to the website, and I was looking at the application process, and apparently you had to be, first of all, an adult.
Yeah.
So filling it out as well as my mom, like, hello, I am an adult.
The biggest sign to say you're not. Yeah, that's amazing.
And my son, Royce, is a prodigy, and he needs a piano. And apparently...
That's how you gotta do it, though. That's how you gotta do it.
Sometimes you gotta start.
Oh my God, you
sure.
gotta be your own manager at this point. That's amazing. Okay.
Momager.
So how did that happen? How did you get connected?
Well, it turns out that application that I filled out didn't even get me the piano. It was the application that my orchestra teacher had secretly filled out for me.
Oh, that's what a great supporter. Yeah,
sure.
what a beautiful story. When did you know that you could do this for a living, though? You know, you love it, but
Yeah.
I can make money. That's a beautiful piano. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually the first piano that Pianist for People gave me.
Oh, that's amazing. It's cool. Yeah.
So I won this competition at the Fox Theater in St. Louis. I was like a super dramatic teenager, and so I wrote a piece about that. So 2 years after that, in 2018, I enrolled at the Berklee College of Music.
Yeah.
And I got a degree in film scoring from there. And so I've been, there's me.
Yeah.
I used to have long hair.
I was like, look at all that hair, yeah.
So I've been scoring these films. I just recently scored my first feature film. It's on HBO Max.
That's incredible.
Thank you. And also, I really want to tell you about this. So I'm from St. Louis, and the city has this deep history with pop music. Ragtime is the birth of American pop music,
ragtime,
and St. Louis was this epicenter for ragtime at the turn of the 20th century. And to make a long story short, I've been working on experimental music that I'm calling swag time.
Yeah.
And,
I was going to ask you about it. I know.
Okay.
I love it. So you're like rapping over kind of a ragtime vibe, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
And I want to, now that I'm sitting on this couch with Big Sean.
Yeah. I'm shooting my shot. I'm shooting my shot.
Something like it, though. I was, the first swag time that I was working on, like while playing ragtime, I was rehearsing with one of your verses. So I'm super
amazing,
excited to tell you that. Yeah.
Okay, let's make it happen for real.
Yeah, you hop on the swag time track.
Well, let's hear. We have some. So let's hear some of Royce's swag time. Roll it.
Watch my partner go to sleep, that grief will make you make believe. Sheesh, yes, I make you hate this place.
I'm like, wow.
Crazy. I like that.
Like, for my brain, what you just did was like what Lester does on drums. It's like it does not make sense. There's two completely different things in the world happening. My brain does not even flow with how you did that. That's amazing how you keep on track plus doing all the...
Thank you.
I don't understand music.
Yeah, that is.
So glad I'm a
That
singer right now. What did having Pianist for People mean to you? How do you think it, like, I mean, obviously it puts you on a different trajectory in life, but like, even like, I don't think people realize how much confidence it gives you, like, how therapeutic it is, like growing up. Like, what all did it do for you?
Definitely. I was in high school, and I was going to Pianos for People after school, and that was pretty big for me because that was the only place where I could really nerd out about classical music one-on-one with a teacher. I mean, I went to an art school, so shout out to them. They were doing a great job of that too. But having a teacher to talk to almost felt like having a therapist, like a piano teacher.
Yeah.
And I was super excited to have that as a resource in my life at that time. And I couldn't imagine where I would be without them. So thank you to Pianos for People. Thank you, Royce.
Our friends, Andy, our friends at Kauai know music is instrumental to life, bringing joy and connection and fun when words fall short. To support Pianos for People, they're donating 2 Kauai upright pianos valued at $25,000 just to pitch in and help out. Yeah!